Go ahead and hit yes. All right. Okay. So welcome everyone to our Middleton Tourism Commission meeting. Jim will be leading it, but I just wanted to say welcome to Destination Madison, who's here to give us their annual report for 2023. We'll just kick off and then we're going to do grants first so everybody can vote. And then right before you give your presentation, if you can all just introduce yourself to the commissioners on screen. Absolutely.
Perfect. So that will call the Middleton Tourism Commission January 16th meeting to order. It is 4:03 p.m. Welcome to Destination Madison. Let's go ahead with these grant applications.
Okay. Well, let me open it up real quick for you. Okay. Our first. Oh, let's do approval of minutes.
Yeah. We have enough.
Yeah, we've got 4 people.
Beautiful. All right. First item on the agenda is actually the approval of the minutes. Anybody have any questions, concerns?
Motion to approve.
You have a second?
Second.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Minutes are approved. Do we want to go around the table then? So Destination Madison, is that what you said you want to do?
Let's go ahead and do the grants real quick.
Okay, and then introductions?
Yeah.
Perfect. So the first grant application here is a sports tourism grant application for the NCAA Division III Hockey National Championships. Jamie, that's you, eh?
Yeah, so we're looking for $10,000 to help support this bid. It's March 23 through 25th of 2028. It's to help offset facility fees and make us competitive at Capitol Ice Arena. A lot of times we compete against like on-campus ice sheets for this, so being competitive with the budget's important. So estimated room nights is 534, and that's just for the teams. We don't have necessarily fans calculated into that. The NCAA doesn't really track that portion of it. You know, like our hope is like a Stevens Point will make it, and then we'll get a really big fan boost. So good time of year. We've got a strong local organizing committee set up. So hopefully, once we hit submitted on our bid, it'll go through a process and they'll decide in October if we win or not. So.
And I know from a hotel standpoint, March is obviously a need month for our area, probably for the entire city, but definitely over here on the west side. Does anybody have any questions for Jamie as it pertains to this grant or any sort of feedback?
I mean, it seems like for the number of room nights, it's a pretty reasonable ask.
I would agree, especially that time of the year.
Yeah, it fits in if they get to 1,000, it fits in our kind of our guidelines of what we normally look at $10. So I think I've read through it. I don't have any issues with it.
Well, we're actually seeking $10,000 sponsorship for it.
He was saying if it reaches 1,000.
Oh, 1,000 room nights. I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that it would be at Cap Ice, I personally am supportive, obviously, as Jamie points out in the application here, maybe that was Jamie.
Yep.
Likely that Middleton would capture all of these room nights and associated, commerce and Greenway Station, things of that nature.
I'd make a motion to approve for the full 10,000.
Miller will second.
Kate, second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Grant is approved. Thank you. Number 2 on the docket. This one is for the 2025 Youth Tier 1 National Championships. This one was submitted by Brandon Holstein. Looks like seeking $10,000. I'll let Jamie expand on it.
Yep. So it's a USA Hockey National Championship for April 2 through 6 of 2025. Pretty competitive landscape. We've been working on this for several years with Andrew to try to get a bid position right to win this. We are looking to help cover the cost for hosting, such as referees, officiating games. It's an expensive endeavor to put on, but again, it's a downtime at the rink. So it's a good time to be hosting this event. We're estimating about 1,000 room nights.
This is 2025.
2025, yep.
So just so you know, that would be coming out of the 2025 budget. Which, you know, is fine. We would just budget that for going forward, that amount is allocated.
Looks like there's quite a few years of history up in Green Bay.
Yep. And they got
Yeah, I
three
feel the same way as last one. It's kind of a no-brainer, I think.
Yeah.
With the 1,000 room nights, so I'd make a motion to approve at the requested amount of 10,000.
Second,
Kate will second.
Second, all those in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Approved number 2.
Thank you.
Love it when they go fast.
Yeah. I love March and early April business too.
Okay. So next up, we can do the Destination Madison annual report. And if all of you would just go ahead and introduce yourself to, I mean, Kate probably knows most of you, but everybody on the screen, please.
Great, I'll kick us off. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ellie Westman Chen, President and CEO of Destination Madison.
Hi, everyone. I'm Maureen Martin, Vice President of Partnerships and Community Engagement with Destination Madison.
Hi, Kate Dale, Executive Vice President of Brand Strategy and Communications.
Jamie Patrick, hello everyone, Executive Vice President of Sales and Sports.
Rob Gard, I'm Director of Communications and Public Affairs.
Great, okay. So, first of all, thank you for your support on the grants. We appreciate it. We're, we're happy with the 28 business, but we're still looking hard for short-term business being in 24 and 25. So we're excited when that came through. So we put together a recap for you. We're really excited to share this with all of you today. We do this every year. Thank you for pushing us back a little bit this year because we were wanting to get through the year to give you a full full report for the all of 2023. So I appreciate that. And we've done something a little bit different this year for our municipal partners where we do go out and make presentations. But we took the contract and we want to make sure we are aligning with the contract. So what you're going to see in each of the reports is, sorry, I feel like I'm at a tennis match. Looking over here. Look wherever you go. So I don't want to leave anybody out. But so we've got some areas where we're like contract fulfillment and making sure that we're aligning with the contract that we signed. Actually, when Julie was still in the position, and then of course working with Mari and her team. And then things that we've gone above and beyond the contract to just make sure we're getting you guys really great exposure through the donation that you're making to Destination Madison each year. So I am going to turn it over, I think, to Maureen. Out of the way a little bit.
Do I need to turn anything on my end?
No, thought maybe this would work to quit. I'll try this. You know what? You put the dongle on that one, but I think we need it on that one.
Well, please. Yeah, good catch.
Nice.
We got that on camera.
Yeah.
That's recorded.
Good
Our
teamwork
really
here. I
fancy
know.
Technology.
If you have an
I'm just
extra
gonna
one.
Take my mouse out because I don't need it. Yeah, you have a newer laptop than me. I don't know how many ports you have.
Did that not to it? One more shot. Huh. Okay, so what would be the easiest way? Do you want me to, I can stand up there?
My mouse.
Yeah, that would actually be great. That's okay, and then I can just.
Back in.
Are you guys doing any renovations?
Thank you, sorry.
No.
That's laid plans.
Yes.
And if that doesn't work, I can click through for you. I'm the one sharing. Is it working for you?
If you're the one sharing.
I'm the
then
one
I
sharing.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
That's
Oh.
fine.
Sorry.
You just not. This is gonna be like piano player
This is
thing,
like,
like
hey,
not enough
Molly.
flip the page for you.
Oh, thank you so much, sorry.
All right,
You can go to the next slide.
Swoop.
Super
Oh.
frustrating.
one back. Here it goes.
So I'm just gonna mention something here before Maureen jumps in. This past year, we spent a lot of time updating our images in our video libraries, because we just didn't have enough, basically. So as different needs came up, we're like, oh, we could use a picture that fill in blank, and we didn't have it. So these are just a small sample of some of the images that we got out here in Middleton. So I love the.
That's fun.
Now I'll turn it over to Maureen.
Awesome. So I just want to echo, I think, what's been said already, but we just sincerely appreciate the partnership that we have with Middleton, both in terms of the investment, but also as collaborative partners of ours throughout the year on a number of different initiatives. I think one thing just to underscore is the value of really being united as a destination when it comes to our brand messaging or expanding the scope and reach of the efforts that we have to bring leisure visitors and groups of events to our destination. And then also seeing a lot more engagement with Middleton and Middleton businesses attending some of our partner events, giving them some continued educational programming on tourism and connections in this space. So next slide, please. When it comes to our partnership, you may be aware that Middleton contributes 17% of the room tax that the Tourism Commission receives to Destination Madison. And really, this sets you apart as a really significant contributor to our organization in terms of when we look to do marketing campaigns, capture photo video assets. A lot of the work that you'll hear today, it's really because of that strategic partnership that we've built. Some of the exclusive benefits of being a partner at this level include a seat on our Municipal Partner Coalition. So that's a rotating seat on both the Destination Madison Board, as well as on an off year, maybe the Destination Madison Board of Trustees. So Mari is going to be our representative in 2024, serving on the Destination Madison Board. And we see that as just like a great step to continue that collaboration and expand it further. Other exclusive opportunities include participating in key marketing campaigns and programs. Again, when our team is looking at what we are creating in terms of storytelling for our destination, we make sure that Middleton is at the table for those conversations, whether we need to include the businesses, reach out to you, capture photo videos. So that's a big part of our work. We distribute a lot of visitor information. So we have a information booth at the Dane County Regional Airport, that kiosk kind of by baggage claim. And then we also serve our visitors out of our Destination Madison office downtown, and we have Middleton resources on hand to be able to not only give to the people in person, but we will also mail out information. Middleton hotels receive a discount on their annual partnership investment of $1 per room. So that's a savings, again, due to that significant contribution. We do community visits. So I think Kate's got some visuals a bit later, but it is really important that we're intentional about getting our staff out into your communities so that we can be better referrals for what there is to do, see, and experience. And then we also capture quite a bit of social that we're able to push out to tell other people about what they can do. We have curated content featuring Middleton on our website. There's community representation throughout visuals in our printed inspiration guide. We love the opportunity to come out here and speak annually to kind of talk about what we've done and kind of where we're going. And then I know we've had a lot of great conversations, whether it's product development or marketing, how we can be a support and expertise with connections in that space for the Middleton tourism. When it comes to the active and intentional engagement in the community, we have 43 partners currently in Middleton. So that represents 67 different dedicated pages on our website where we're featuring, it's either a Middleton business or it's a public space. So the awesome trails, nature preserves, green spaces. So we feel like there is great representation throughout our website when people are kind of experiencing what they want to explore. And that also takes place in the form of our event calendar. We saw 127 Middleton events on our event calendar, which is a real driver for getting people into our destination, for telling them what there is to do, see, and experience. And then our team did a great job pulling the Google ad spend value so that you can see that there is true kind of dollar value behind those postings on our website. Again, with our contract fulfillments, other things include invitations to our education and networking events. It's been great to see the team out there, as well as Middleton businesses, access to our partner Extranet, keeping you in the loop with our partner eNews, and then some other opportunities such as website advertising. Again, complementary partnerships. So those are exposure on our website listings for both the Tourism Commission as well as the Chamber in the city of Middleton. Having Mari serve on that municipal partner coalition, and again, being available to be really strategic partners. And above and beyond that, we took a look at some of the resources that we have both in our office and at the airport, where we really feel like this speaks to how we're expanding the scope of getting Middleton's brand and information out there. And so this is just a list of some of those print pieces that we have available that we make sure that we give out where we found that there's that Middleton connection. And I'll pass it to Kate.
All right, I'll kick it off and then eventually get over to Rob as well. Just wanted to give you a few updates on some of the marketing and PR work to support Middleton. We're just going to go forward. So similar with Maureen contract fulfillment, these are some of the things that are part of our agreement, links on our site and promotion of events on the Destination Madison site, as Maureen mentioned, promotion and participating Middleton businesses in some of our trails. So that replaced in the contract the Essential Madison experiences. So now we have these Fanwango trails, which is more of a passport type system. Madison on Tap was the first large marquee one that we launched. We'll talk a little bit more about that. There's a lot of Middleton participation in that. And then inclusion in the inspiration guide, which we'll show you in a moment. Opportunities, obviously, to submit content for our website and our social channels, and then opportunities to request the DMPR team to distribute press releases when provided. We want to go forward. This is just, and I think if you click it, it should play. This is our inspiration guide that we launched this year. It's been a really awesome transition from the traditional visitor guide to more inspirational in nature. So you'll see here just a few flippings within it. And if you have it, we have them here for those in person, but a really high quality guide that is serving as inspiration to try to get people up at the awareness part of the funnel, the marketing funnel. So this is distributed regionally and nationally, both to our leisure and our B2B clients. And you'll see here some of the call outs of how Middleton is featured within the guide. We will continue this particular guide throughout the course of the year and be doing a reprint, going to keep it as a little bit more evergreen with a couple updates throughout the guide, but we are thrilled with how well this is performed. For those of you on the call, if you don't have a copy, we'd love to get you one. We have them here printed. There's also a digital version on our website. And then talk a little bit about Madison on Tap. So I mentioned this is a trail that several Middleton businesses participate in. This has been wildly successful for us. And I think what's really interesting about it is it actually shows conversion. I will show you a little bit more about the data dashboard that we have invested in. But what that allows us to do is when people go to our site to participate or to see something, we can then see if they've come in market. And Madison on Tap has been a great driver for us. For those of you unfamiliar, it's a passport that features breweries, distilleries, cideries, and winery. There's one winery in there, right?
Bullersheim, but the distillery,
Distilleries. So it allows people to get around town and win prizes on the way. We had about a 29,000 ad spend for this campaign. And we have garnered 4.75 million social media ad impressions. And that allowed us to have 2,065 total check-ins just in Middleton, Madison on Tap stops alone, which is great. But the part that we love the most is that 51% of those users were from people from outside Dane County. We do see this as a friends and family. People are coming to visit for Thanksgiving weekend. We're pushing take your friends and family out. So we did anticipate quite a bit of local, but the fact that we have over half coming from out of market is fantastic. You want to move forward. We talked a little bit about content. We have had a lot of fun exposing lots of great stories about Middleton, and these are just a sampling of them with our website, both website and social media and video content. Also, you'll see in red, we specifically put some paid media behind some of these content pieces. So those are the ones that have Middleton features within them. So the exposure was even greater. As we mentioned earlier, photo has been a big area for us, but as is video. So how do we increase our video library? And this is just some of the great video content that was promoted over the course of 2023. Go forward. In the same vein, just kind of that value add. So the blogs and how the formats, you can see how they show up within the website. We can share this. These links are all live. We'll be able to share that with you. Also, a little sampling of some of the great social media content. Our content team has been rocking it. We have greatly enhanced our social media and our website content over the last 2 years, and it's showing in many, many ways and bringing more visitors here. So this is just a sampling of some of the content that has been garnered out of Middleton over the last year. And then passing it to Rob on PR.
Sure, moving over to ER, so a lot of what Kate is talking about is that spend of the investment that we get, and the funding that we get. This is more, the PR is the earned media, so it's the kind of getting out and hustling and getting attention brought to Middleton, to Dane County from external sources. Just a list of some of the travel writers that we had visit Middleton last year. Outlets like Smithsonian, Savoir, Daily Beast, New York Times, going everywhere from Long Table to Craftsman, Pheasant Branch, Hubbard is a big one, and of course Mustard Museum, which we'll get into a little bit more. We also talk up Middleton businesses and activities a lot on our regular NBC 15 segment. So every other week we are in the studio talking about upcoming weekend events, and we frequently will bring up, these are just a portion of some of the Middleton related activities that we talk about. That's more of a local audience, our short drive market. So the reach of Channel 15, 100 miles or so, or 75 or so. The pitches are responses that we have that we give to national queries. So we're in a couple of different services where reporters will say, I'm looking for information about X, Y, or Z. Do you have that in your destination? We will reach out, send a pitch to get coverage of the local facilities or stories that we have that connect to it. So a few good ones, outdoor activities going on here, some of the meeting space activities that we are opportunities we were able to successfully promote and land last year. And then that last column there, which is a little bit covered up, those are some of the stories that we landed in national outlets that feature Middleton. Some of these are long-term investments. I think the one about the National Mustard Museum, kind of second from the bottom there, came out of a 2021 media visit. So some of these are longer-term conversations that we keep going back to and encouraging those writers. Okay, next slide, please. One of the big ones we landed last year was Samantha Brown's Places to Love. Samantha Brown, PBS travel host, formerly of the Travel Channel, huge brand name recognition, huge validation, great following. Loved her visit to the Mustard Museum. I think they looked at about 20 places or so when they scouted Dane County. They narrowed it down to 7. We really pushed for Mustard Museum to get in there, and she loved it. She has continued to talk about it in a couple of different interviews with other outlets, at conferences, her experience of tasting the hot and spicy mustard, and this is what she gets to do for a living. So that was a big,
That's the look on her face.
big win for us. Yes, if you haven't seen that, and it's available online, just
No,
that.
it's a great show.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
the whole
Big
thing.
recap.
It made me go, oh, I didn't know that was over there at UW, like that you could, yeah, that part was really cool.
That's cool.
Yep. And I will let's wrap up here and flip it over.
Yeah. It's back over to me. Just a quick, I mentioned earlier that we invest in a platform called Zartico. And it allows us to see a sample size of cell phone traffic and see how people move in and out through our area, how they interact with our website, and then if they come here, and then when they come here, what they're doing, how they're spending their money, how they're spending their time. And so we were thrilled to be able to pull some great data that's specific to Middleton we thought you might be interested in. And looking at the visitors that come to the Middleton area, this is a breakdown of what they're doing when they're here. So 53% are accommodations, which is great, that 30% in retail, 11% outdoor recreation, 10% in food, 8% in sports, and 3% in nightlife. You want to advance to the next slide? This is a breakdown of where the visitor origin markets are. And you'll call out here that the red is Middleton specific and the blue is all of Dane County. So usually they're about the same, but a couple just to call out. Obviously, these are great to know that your top feeder markets are Chicago, Milwaukee, and even actually in your case, Green Bay. But I thought it was really interesting having Green Bay such a little bit higher, and then also Milwaukee too. So just kind of some interesting data to share that hopefully will be helpful in your own marketing. I'd be curious if you're seeing some of that in your own data as well.
Yeah, we have Placer AI.
Oh, you do a place, right?
Yeah,
Very
and
cool.
so I should pull up those slides and send them to you.
Yeah, I would
As
love
a
to.
comparison.
Would love that. Always good to see the different sample sizes and how they.
Well, and
react to each
where
other.
we're spending the most money is Chicago land, like
Yeah,
all of Northern
Of
Illinois,
course.
and Milwaukee. But a year and a half ago, we started dipping into Northeast Iowa.
Oh, interesting.
And so the 2023 and 2024, we actually have a budget for it.
Cool.
So we're hoping to
Yeah,
bring up the Cedar Rapids DNA.
Yeah.
where we're at.
interesting, kind of like could be the Dubuque, Galena. Instead of there, come here.
Well, just like, here's another option.
Yeah, exactly. I like
Like,
that. I think there's a lot of good comparisons. Just also some of the impacts of visitors out of Middleton. So 23% of visitors contribution to the overall city spend, and then 63% to retail spending. So that's resident versus visitor, if that helps you. And then 15% of is the restaurant spending. So of all the restaurants, 15% are coming from visitors. And then the visitors make up for 213 of an average visitor spend. That's what we're finding in the visitors that come to Middleton. So hefty numbers there, which is great. Hopefully that's some good information to share with you from ours. And I would love to cross-reference it with the data you have
Yeah.
as well.
I'll send you some stuff.
It'd be wonderful. Passing it to Jamie.
Yeah, thanks, Kate. So I'll cover sales and the sports commission activity. So we do, as Marie mentioned, there's some contract fulfillments on the marketing side. We also have some on the sales side that we, leads and different confirmed events that we track. So this is just an expansion of that. So on the convention sales side, you can see starting in 2020 through 2023 how the business is growing. A couple of things that I just want to mention. 2 years ago, we started, we hired Sam Brown. We went into the tour group category. So we saw a big jump from year 1 to year 2 in terms of her lead production value there. Just kind of getting in, knowing the space. We know Middleton's set up really well for that. We have Keola Shimuka on our team who worked at the Marriott for 20 years, I think, knows the space inside out, collaborates with Jim a lot. So we have really good advocates on that. And you can see how we're climbing out of the pandemic pretty nicely, whether it's a spillover event or things that occur here in Middleton. And then on the sports side, same type of slide. You can see the growth out of the pandemic as well. This doesn't include something like the middle school basketball tournament, which we booked primarily at UW, but then they have a couple satellite ones. And this year they're expanding into Middleton this March as well, as we've seen the growth of that tournament, which we put incentives in them for them to expand. We did a lot of advocacy for WIA. You'll see a little bit more hockey to get that to keep it in Dane County, and then support its Middleton efforts along with you guys. So it kind of ebbs and flows depending on kind of bid cycles and kind of our work and what we grow and kind of spin off. But solid start to this year as well, especially with the sport tourism grant. Hopefully those help us win some of those close ones. I just wanted to mention we do have a youth grant that helps get kids into sports. We've given back over $450,000 since its inception. It's primarily funded by the Ironman Community Foundation. We also run a pickleball tournament to do it, and Burpees for Bucks, which we're signing up gyms right now to do that. So if you know any gyms that would want to sign up and then make their trainers do a lot of burpees, please let me know. Through this, we've given. I know you guys have given a lot to the CXC partnership with Yuri. We've also gave a record amount, one applicant to help support that. So we're excited to do that. This is our first cycle for 2023, and the next page is our second cycle. CrossFit Madtown is a Middleton one that won a small award to help with weightlifting, which is based here in Middleton as well. So in a couple other ways that we give back is we have some opportunities with the CrossFit Games where they donated their turf that they used for the game to Middleton School District. They also had opportunities to apply for scholarships. And then, of course, we partnered with you all to help with WIA hockey kind of in their launch year to make that a success and continue to do some behind the scenes work to make that as successful as possible, especially with them coming up on our contract year. So, Jim knows this well. I should mention that Corey Mace was on the Sports Commission Advisory Board for 9 years. He had one more year till he rotated off. Jim had sat on our Sports Product Development Committee for a long time, and he will be taking Corey's seat on our Sports Product Development Committee, so we're excited to have him. But in 2021, we did community-based discussions. And after the pandemic, we talked with Matt when he was here at the Middleton Parks and Rec. Pretty much all the parks or economic development agencies in Dane County see, hey, what do you want from growth? They wanted research and data. So 2022, we did a feasibility study that's available to anybody who is, a partner with us. That shows that we do need more sports facilities here. We do a lot of little sports facilities well, but we don't necessarily do the big core ones as well as a lot of our competing cities. And, we've consulted with Yuri throughout those projects as much as, we're able to, and a lot of other different ideas come to that Sports Product Development Committee for input. We have a lot of client intel that we can bring to them. It's like, yeah, you can do this for local needs, which is great, but if you want to be able to kind of open yourself up to more tournaments, we provide a lot of that expertise and connections that we can connect people with. So that's always a kind of top of mind for our projects as well. So combined between, what Kate and Maureen and Rob all presented with all of our convention sales and sports, our impact to the Middleton area in 2023 was 36.4 million. It's a number we're pretty proud of because it's significant. And not included in that total is things in the inspiration guide. So, and then finally, one more slide to close. We have had a long partnership, Jim and Mari and our team. We've had a lot of conversations about partnering. We've always appreciated our partnership. We're looking forward to 24. We know we want to continue our sustainable partnership because we're stronger together. There's a lot of benefits that come to people that are at 17% and above, and we just want you to continue, partnering with us both on sports, marketing, conventions as we look into beyond 2024 as well. So we hope everybody is supportive of that and wants to continue to grow our partnership together. Well, thank you. We're happy to take questions.
Thank you to all of you for the exhaustive presentation and information. It's
We threw a lot at you.
very well put together and a lot of information, so very much appreciate that. Does anybody that's on the Zoom call have any questions for the team?
No, I don't have any questions. It was very informative.
On the chart for the events that were here, it showed the number of events, the room nights, something else. It showed two events in 2023 for around 4,000 room nights. Am I reading that correctly?
That was on the MNC slide.
Yeah, that is probably correct. Yeah, there's two events that we at least tracked. There's other events that happen at Redden that would have rooms that spill over here, but there was two that took place in Middleton.
Okay.
Yep.
But the spillover is counted in the totals of the number of room nights.
Yeah, the total numbers. Yep. So anytime that something booked in a Middleton hotel, it would include the spillover. Yeah.
There we go. There.
Yeah,
No, not this
like
one.
Oh, here. Sorry.
That one. Oh,
This is convention sales.
Yep. They're both they're both the same sort of breakdown.
Could we get a list of what you tracked, and then that way we can compare it to anybody who might have applied for a grant
Yep.
separately? And then my other question was, when you guys were doing that feasibility study for possibly a new sports complex, do you guys have any information to share on whether or not that's moving forward or where it might be built? Is there anything, any talks that you're allowed to publicly discuss?
I think there's been a lot of interest from a lot of people all over the county in it. I don't know that there's anything, concrete yet at this point. I mean, would you agree? From all over the county, there's been a lot of interest in it and a lot of people talking about it, but it's easy to talk about and harder to actually.
By the land?
Yeah. So.
Other questions? Did they answer?
Yeah.
I'm- Well, thank you guys for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, everyone online.
Yes, everybody
Thank you,
online,
everybody online.
just give us a couple of minutes and then we'll quickly go through hotel and director updates. I kept mine super short.
We'll see you at the lunch on the 31st.
I will be in Indianapolis,
The rest.
but
of
I
us.
will.
I'll see you
Yeah.
I'll see you on
We'll
the
see
8th.
the rest
All
of
right,
us.
sounds good.
Thank you for the little notepad.
Yeah, thank you.
Alright,
for the
that
good-
makes sense.
We gotta.
The 31st? I think so. I think
Okay.
it's on my.
You're
calendar.
signed
Okay,
up.
yeah.
Maureen,
Well,
just-
here.
I gotcha.
Like a big snowstorm and then a breeze.
Hopefully it's the full 2 hours. We've got the 5 corporate visitors.
One and done.
That day on the 31st.
Thank you
So-
very much.
Thank you.
That sounds good.
I appreciate you guys
Gotta
coming
be
down.
early,
Yeah,
early,
thanks for
gotta be
having
there on time for
But
traffic.
Javier got you all the dates, right?
Yeah.
On your calendar.
Yes, I appreciate it.
Thanks,
you.
Marty.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Safe trip back. Through the winter lands.
Yeah. I cannot wait till next week. That's gonna feel balmy.
I've got to go downtown, so just an update to everybody in case you missed the email. I'll be downtown tomorrow with Destination Madison and about 10 other DMOs meeting with legislators about tourism related legislation, but also just, how can we share information, what would make things easier. And then Thursday's our board meeting at the Marriott the whole day. So how about we move straight into hotel updates? If that's okay, Jim. How about you kick us off?
Absolutely. Todd, what do you got? Why don't you give us an update here?
I don't have a whole lot. December.
Besides this in illness.
Over the holidays, so. I guess I really don't know, December kind of, performed pretty much to what we had expected, I guess. And I think January is performing pretty close to what we were expecting. Nothing crazy out there right now, though, and the storm certainly didn't help us with it hitting early in the week and then going into a weekend. Kind of hit us both on the transient as well as the leisure.
Yeah, I'd say about the same over at our property. The transient pace is looking a little bit better for Q1 in comparison to what it did in Q1 of last year at the same time. So I mean, that's encouraging, but again, we're talking about minuscule increases or small numbers being increased by small percentages. So it's still nothing to write home about, but it's moving in the right direction, so that's great. Other than that, not too much to report. Nothing large just came down the pipeline that will be landing in Middleton in the near term. That's really about it. Just trying to get positioned well for the rest of the year.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
All right, so I'm keeping mine pretty short because in February, we're going to do the overall 2023 revenue expense report, star report, all of that. I don't have those final numbers yet. I won't until pretty much the first week of February. So we'll do our 2023 recap at the February meeting. So just a few updates. I approved a destination partnership sponsorship grant for Bachfest 2024 for $2,000. Capital Brewery submitted the invoice for mugs from last year, which pretty much doubled from the previous years. So that's why we doubled our sponsorship. And with that, our logo gets to be placed on the mugs. We also receive free VIP tickets for social media giveaway, which will be starting in, I think, a week. We're going to do 6 prizes of 2, so 12 tickets. And then with the tickets, they're gonna get a make your own Bachfest necklace. So we bought like a bunch of like snackies and pretzels and yarn, so they can make their own Bachfest necklace when they go.
That's cool.
Then Middleton is also, and I think maybe I forgot to send you guys this email, but Middleton is in Global Heroes, an insert in January for the Wall Street Journal and Digital Online. And so that editorial, I wrote it back in the fall, but it didn't get placed until today. And part of that reasoning was, well, they also do like a podcast on there too. We can reshare it. It kind of lives on their website for a really long time, but also the airport adding direct flights to DC and New York City. This ad came up cheaper than what I paid for the Badger program. So I thought, why not just try? Let's see what happens for that. And then I don't have December's star report, so I'll just do a full 23 recap in February. Ellie has already noted that I will be starting my term with the Destination Madison Board for 24, so that actually kicks off in February. And then Middleton's hosting Destinations Wisconsin this week, a 2-day event, like I said. And then I just wanted to give you guys a little recap on 2023 grants. So our final spend, destination partnership grants, was $75,876. Tourism marketing and development, $23,870. And sports tourism was only $7,500. One was MASC and one was URI for the cross country ski trails. And so for total for 23, and this isn't including trade shows, it was $107,246. And to compare to 22, it was 2022 was 129,631. And the biggest difference was MASC events. We just didn't have nearly as many. I mean, we only had one application. So I just wanted to give that as a recap. And then quickly to ask, so earlier when I said the MASC sports grant application, the one for 2025, in the past, what we would do for those pre-registered events, they would submit an invoice and we would pay MASC, and then they would hold on to it until the event. But then if the event gets canceled, we'd have to go through this whole refund process. And once the budget year turns over, it counts as income instead of a refund, which affects our books. And so that's why I'm saying, yes, we will promise this for 2025, but we shouldn't cut a check until January 2025. Unless something happens with that particular group where they can't accept that they have to have the money up front, that's a different thing, because then it's being paid out and we know it. But that's why I've changed that, is just so that we can, from going forward, our accounting is all going to make, it'll be much easier to track.
It'd be cleaner.
So given that, out of the $40,000 budgeted for 2024, that we've only used now one $10,000 grant. So we still have $30,000 to go toward more future sports tourism. And that is all I have. I told you I'd keep it really, really quick.
I just remembered, I take back what I said. We did have something large coming to the pipeline for our area for this year. It's actually for December. It's the International Association of Fire Chiefs. So we can expect to probably be seeing an application for grant funding coming through on that one. But it's about 800 room nights for December with pretty heavy food and beverage. So yeah, it should be a great program. Obviously, any December room night is a great room night. So that was my excitement for today.
And we do.
I thought you were gonna say you forgot about the exciting Sip Sample Socialize happening next week.
Well, I'm super excited about that, of course. Of
I
course.
mean,
Upcoming events.
I'm ready for that.
We have our tickets. We're ready. So that's coming up Thursday.
Yeah.
And then Cooper's Hawks soft opening. I know that some of you probably received invites. That's on Saturday, but their official opening is on Monday, so everybody will be able to start going. And we've got the Wisconsin Track Coaches Association here again the first weekend in February. They are actually incredibly great to work with.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that. And don't forget Bachfest. It might be a month and a half away, but you wanna start planning and making sure your friends have the weekend off and that you have a hotel room if you need it.
I
And
love Bach.
Fairfield is doing a deal with Bachfest.
Excellent.
And I heard, isn't that the same weekend as wrestling?
Mm,
Is there like wrestling, high school wrestling or something going on that weekend?
What's the date of Bachfest?
The 26th or 24th?
24.
There we go.
Yeah, there is, I believe.
So definitely tell your friends they need to book their hotels now. Like, you don't wanna wait.
Anybody needs tickets, just let me know.
Feel like I was just at Bachfest, but I'm ready to go back, so.
I bought all the little snacky things for the necklace today and all I could think was, oh, gotta go.
Yeah.
Although I buy the giant pretzels and I string like a monster necklace. That's what I do. All right, anybody have anything else?
If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Go a second.
Hey,
Second.
seconds.
All right, it was a tie.
I'll give it to Todd.
All right, all those in favor.
Aye.
Bye.
Have a great rest of your week, everybody.
Bye, all.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you guys so much.
Oh.